Evening, Donny Walker here. How's it going out there? So, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to every father out there in the world. Had a nice day with my brother Johnny today and my dad Bobby. Me and Johnny went out to see Bobby, and we're going to take him to the old racetrack and move a bunch of stuff and whatnot. But we had some torrential downpours here today. The rain was brutal. It was like been so nice up to today, then all of a sudden it rained so hard. The area there would be so muddy. There's a lot of clay there, so it makes it slippery and just gross conditions. So we just sat at my mom and dad's, and my niece Cheyenne, my favorite niece Cheyenne, and my daughter Taylor came by on her way back from her Girl Guide expedition that she did good with the little kids. Very proud of her for doing that. And so we all hung out at my mom and dad's for a little bit, had some good talks, and then Taylor drove me home. And yeah, and she went on her way. She was very tired. She didn't sleep very good for a few nights, dealing with all these little kids. And Johnny has stuff to do too. So I come back to home here and did some more work in my new shop here, and just started to figure out what I'm going to do for my first few videos in the new shop here. And this was going to be my first one. My friend Tom Phillips from Duncan has this beautiful old 090 here. Well, it's a bit dirty, but it'll clean up good. This was sold from Cowichan Timber and Turf Equipment Limited in Duncan, BC. So it came from the original area where his either grandfather or uncle or something, I think, used. But it's a beautiful 090 AV. It doesn't look like it got abused a lot, but it's got a few broken parts on it, which I'm going to replace. And I'm going to go through a video series of the top to bottom of this saw. I have the original workshop manual here, and I also have it in my head from working on them years ago. These were the king of big timber years ago, along with 2100s, 076s, 075s, but the 090s were around here. I believe they were first built in 1968, and they built them to about the mid 80s, man. I think around 85. I'm not just reading off the piece of paper here as well, but I did look that up a while ago. I think I still remember that. I remember selling the last new one I ever ordered was for Lyle Newton. He wanted it for the Logger Sports up in the Queen Charlotte's. Yeah. So, yeah, these old babies, 137 cc's. The G model, the gear drive model, was I think 107 cc's, and the 070 was 107.2, I believe, it had cc's. They produce about 13 horsepower. I have it written down here at 6,500 RPM. So this one, I'm going to take it completely apart, check it over. Tom has found online, which is cool, a really cool brand new OEM parts. The back yoke here for the mount system, but I'm going to have to find the mounts too, and the bolts for that, So that'll be replaced. I also have a brand new crankcase. I don't know where he found this from, but bonus for him. Brand new crankcase, okay? For an 090 OEM. It's got the bearings in it. Oh man, I didn't even notice this, but it looks like it even has a gasket kit in it, which I have a gasket kit for, which comes with the seals. Let's have a little look in here. Oh. It's some nuts and bolts and spacers and washers. Oh, they look like the new carburetor bolts, ignition wire piece. I don't know what these little plastic washers are for. Very cool. Even comes with the crankcase bolts and everything. Very nice. There's also something else he had here. Let's see what it is. Oh, you bought this from us. Oh, here we go. Brand new crankcase gasket and both side seals for the case. Bonus. This will be interesting. I never actually I worked on a lot of 090s through my life, just tuning them up and fixing them, but I never actually rebuilt one from the bottom and up. They're very interesting. They have, like the 020T, the MS200T topping saw. They don't have round ball bearings. They have what you call like a needle bearing, like a Torrington. I don't know if they call it a Torrington, but a needle bearing. So that's why 090s have crankcase end play, and so do MS200Ts. Some shops, people take their MS200Ts into, and the mechanics go, "Oh, your crankshaft's got a bunch of play to it. It's no good. It's garbage." Oh, that's wrong. That's the way they are. That's why they rev so high, and that's why they rep good. And I've never had a bottom end side bearing failure on MS200T. If anyone else has, sorry for you, but I never have. And I've dealt with hundreds and hundreds of them, probably thousands. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do with this baby. This old 090 Thomas of Tom Phillips. I'm going to put a whole new crankcase on it, go through everything on it, detailed. And I'll see if he wants me to, like, you know, touch up the paint on the other stuff while I do it. But this is going to be a very interesting build and be fun. It's not going to be done tomorrow, but it'll be done soon. And we'll see how it goes. And I'll also show you how to do the ignition timing on these, the governor timing. They're a bit complex compared to new stuff where you just have basically a flywheel, CDI ignition module, you gap it properly, that's all you do. You know, these, they had ignition timing you could change, and also the governor setting. The way the governor setting is, it works on like a vane governor, like a 4-stroke lawnmower engine. So as the wind off the flywheel, well, you can change the pressure of the vane, governor vane of the throttle, which what it does is actually activates the choke. So when it revs too high, the choke comes on and chokes it off so you don't over rev it. Even though you have your adjustments of your carburetor set lean or rich, the governor of the flywheel will also put the choke on to govern it. Where today's models of saws, the governor system's a rev limiter in the ignitions, right? On MS products, auto tunes, and other models of Stihls and Husqvarnas and Echoes as well, and every different brand really. But these worked on the vane system off the flywheel. Let's just see if we can pull this starter off real quick. I just want to show you that. It's very interesting. I've dealt with these for years. They're a very torquey, good saw for milling wood. Years ago when I worked at a logging camp called Sabellis, I actually, we ran 2 of these on a huge Alaskan sawmill. We would run the 2 together. With around it was around a 60-inch mill, maybe a 60-inch Alaska mill, and we were cutting these great big cedars for bridge stringers to build bridges in the logging camp. Right? They smoked like crazy. I believe the old fella, this German fella, he was a road builder and bridge builder in Sabellis. I can't quite remember his name. Very interesting fella. Been around logging camps for years. He knew what he was doing. Those old guys in these logging camps years ago, they were multitaskers, like my dad was. My dad used to run grader. He also bull-bucked. He did all, and logging truck drove, and plus fell. So he was an all-time guy too, because you know why? Because my dad grew up in a logging camp. And where my grandfather and him grew up in the Nanaimo River logging camp, he helped work on the steam train, and he also helped all the old mechanics, and he showed them how to run, fix like old diesel generators, all sorts of stuff. He just figured out how to make anything work because these old guys showed him. So here we go on the old 90. This is how it works, man. Get my old tuning screwdriver here. See this here? Wow, this one's kind of a little stiff. It's old. But this here, normally here would be straight a bit. As the fan goes around, it blows air on this, right? So it's got a spring action setting. You can set the spring tighter or looser. So the more stronger it is, the more it's going to rev. The less strength it has to it, the more it's going to put the choke on to choke it out to make it rev less, right? Very interesting system. So you have these settings in there to do that with. And plus you can set the ignition timing. But normally you set it just normal. Set this system. And away you go. A lot of these old 090s, 070s I've dealt with through years that I've had in to tune up for people. The motors are normally never ruined on them because they have this system. These things run so rich and people used to run such rich fuel with them. The only reason they maybe would score is, the piston would score, is probably with straight gas. Or guys maybe leading them out too much, but I don't know really how you could do that. But yeah. But this one, you see how the crankcase is broken here? A few different things on it. That's why I'm going to put the new crankcase on it. The new back handle yoke here. And me and Tom will have to figure out where we can find a mount and stuff for it. I'll look up when I'm at the Walker Saw Shop this week, see if it's still available, and we can go from there. But yeah, cool that I printed off this old 070, 090 workshop manual. Tells me everything in there. How to set the timing, how to do this, how to do that. You name it, man. Google, eh? I'm not much of a computer guy, but I'm telling you, Google, if you know how to use Google, you'll find anything. Okay, so that's the start of our 090 build. These are monsters, eh? Just monsters. Some of my old follower friends that I've talked to, you know, through the years, they started off on running these, or they ran old Dalmars, or old Huskies, or old Homelites, you know. But yeah, it took a man to pack one of these around the woods, eh? You know, running a 36-inch bar on these or whatever they ran. Just amazing. I believe some of the first Stihls they actually had, I believe one was called the Hitler. I might be wrong, but you guys can correct me. I believe one of the models was called the Hitler. I believe Hitler demanded to get a certain chainsaw build for the war, and he also did something to do with the Volkswagen car too, eh? The family car, the people car, or whatever they call it, right? Yeah. Anyways, it's Father's Day. Had a good day. Hope everyone else out there did. Yeah, even if you're not a father, or you have a father maybe that passed away early in life. So much respect for them. My dad today, you know, had a good day with him. You know, he's getting on in age and ain't quite doing what he used to do. But he's still a joy to see and be with. And hopefully you have many more years with him. And you do too with your fathers. Just enjoy life. Have a good time. Hope your kids all respect you like they should. Yeah. Keep your saw on wood, sticking nice, rubbing the road. Check out the WalkerSawShop.com online store. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. I'm going to go relax now. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Bye.